Hi folks, welcome back. It's time for some more Hearts of Iron 4, and tonight we're going to see possibly the culmination of our big campaign. Well, at least one of them, because China is invading North America, the USA. Yeah, the Americans brought it on themselves. We were working very well with them. We were allies until they jumped in. What did they jump into, actually? These lot, some Chinese warlord joined the Allies. The Allies let them in, yet we were fighting Japan. Anyway, the result is that America has ended up at war with Japan and China at the same time. And yeah, the tables have turned there because we're now allied with Japan invading America. Anyway, that's what we're going to see in today's session. We're hopefully going to cruise across the United States. There's not an awful lot of resistance there at the moment, but you can be rest assured there are going to be American divisions flowing back from Europe, from the front line against the Soviet Union to come and defend North America. And so I have a cunning plan. Bear me out here. Bear me out. This is how we might take the rest of this game. We're going to have to see how it develops, but obviously we're going to try and knock out North America and Canada in this wave, and we're going to have to get some more troops recruitment going on, but we're going to bring soldiers over. So there is that. And then we're not just... I'm thinking of not just ending the war against the Allies by knocking out the United Kingdom, the other major nation left in. Because the Soviet Union will be hugely boosted by America being knocked out of the war. And they'll probably be able to push across here. But whether they'll be able to get into Britain, I don't know. That's a different matter. That would give us the opportunity, two opportunities here. Once we have this under our control, the power, I think we should go for... We could go for these now, actually. We could go for dominate Japan. We would get a war goal against Japan. They might subjugate. I'd be very, very surprised if they did. But we can't allow them to launch another attempt. We must strike first. So basically, China will demand subjugation. If they don't go for it, we will have a war goal against them. We might be able to, by then, challenge for naval superiority of the sea and just invade Japan and knock it out really quickly. Therefore, we would have the entire... I mean, can we take over the faction? How do we take over a faction, by the way? Take over faction. There we go. To sufficiently exceed the deployed manpower of the current leader and its subjects, we and our subjects need to be an effective 7 million deployed manpower, but only have 5.5. Okay, we want to do that. We want to be the faction leader. Then we can kick them out. We can kick them out. They can go and join another faction if they want. But we'll be the faction leader. And that would suit me a lot better, I think. So... with that in mind, that's stage 1 of the super... Sorry, that's stage 2. Stage 1 is the conquest of North America. And we include Mexico in that. South America, I'm not really too fussed about. Let's just check the factions. The Allies have a little bit of presence here. These lot have wisely remained neutral and out of it. I don't think there's a whole lot of resources to really go running after. Tungsten, some oil. Okay, Colombia and Venezuela have some oil. We should be fine for oil if we get all this. My worry is that Japan will end up controlling some of this, but that shouldn't be the case now. That should be fine. So anyway, that was stage 1 of the plan. Japan, a massive knife in the ribs, a backstab. That would be stage 2 of the plan against Japan. Stage 3, assuming that Britain is still in the war by that point, we then turn our attention to the Soviet Union, who will be fighting over there. And we go rolling through the wide open steppes all the way to Moscow. They won't see that coming. We'll need some massive manpower because it's just a gargantuan territory. Supply will be an issue. What I could do with securing, if I'm going to do that, is a way through somewhere else. And I have no idea where I go. Whose side is Turkey on in all this? They are... British Italy has war goals against this, but they're not in a war with anyone at the moment. Be nice to have another route into the Soviet Union rather than having a massive front line, because it would be a grind. But we could do it. It's possible. The thing is, all their core cities are over here, not over here, so that would be a long slog to get. But if I wanted to do it, I could, and if I'm going to do it, I should do it before finishing Britain off and finally conquering all the major powers of the world. What do you think? Is it a plan? It might be a plan. Anyway, let's work on step 1 and 2 first. So we're going to need some more infantry. Give me a huge amount. I'm going to take 72 divisions of infantry. And we're not going to be able to supply all these, but that's like 3 new armies coming up right here. Let me put them... Where's the capital? They can go in the capital. That's fine. We can train those. That's absorbing some manpower. We could upgrade some other stuff. We're also going to need some more of these defensive units, I think. So let's train some more defensive infantry, because we're going to have to hold on to the ports that we take in North America. Let's go for 24. I think 24 will do for now. We'll stick them right in Fuso, ready to go. We've got another load of guys over there. So that should really have eaten into our... well, that has not eaten into any of our... It should have eaten into our stocks of materials. Okay, artillery it has. So we can do that. Deutsche... where the hell is that? Deutsche Ziyalen Austria joined the Greater East Asian Coast Prosperity Sphere. So they're in the faction. Let me just check that. These lot here. I can't see that last thing. Can you see that last thing? I certainly can't. That looks like a disaster. A disaster waiting to happen. Anyway, so we're building up some forces. Let's go into the factories. And we're short of steel now. Steel, we could trade. We could trade. I don't think I need 2,820 advanced light tank chassis. I don't think I need all these. We've got loads of these in stock. Right, take some factories out of them. We're just producing... I don't know why that's gone down like that. We're just producing too many modern tanks and far too many light tanks. So let's cut those down. We're using some in the new divisions, but that's all light tanks are used for now. So that's cool. The amphibious tanks are still... We still need some increase in those. We're slightly short on... Oh my god, I don't think we need all these naval bombers. Producing 5 a day. That should be enough. We're going to produce some better stuff. So that should have helped the steel situation considerably. So we're going to put that production into artillery, which is down, and the AA guns, which are down a little bit as well. So that should be enough to tick over from that point, and hopefully our resource situation will improve. That will do. We'll not go crazy on things. The dockyards are going crazy on things anyway. Speaking of which, we now have cute little mine submarine. These guys, they will come in useful again. Like I said, I don't need any more really. 2 destroyers. Our escorts. They're all there. Okay, let's put them in there. The escorts are doing a good job. The attack subs. Do you know what? I'm going to wallop them straight into that one. That's a lot. We'll probably split that in half. We'll try and combine 2 of the crap ones. Actually, these are 1936 submarines. And we've got 1940s. Shall we put these into... Put them into this job. Patrolling. Let's put them all on patrol. For the little bits that we do with anything with them. And then we will split up the big group that's just come in there. And we'll get 10 of these new ones again. And we've got 4 more destroyers. I like having lots of ships. It's good. So the big 10 is straight in as a stack there. It needs splitting in half. Can I do it from there? I can. Okay, probably shouldn't have done that in combat, but you know, it's fine, I'm sure. So, we're letting time run away a little bit. So we've got the Navy sorted out. The Air Force will be doing Air Force things, I'm sure. The Marines... Yeah, let's just... Oh, they get a medal? They definitely get a medal. Marines get attack medals, because that's what they do. So, let's put all these guys... They could do some training as well, admittedly. They could. But let's get everybody over onto this port down here. Get them down there. This is cool. This is cool. Right. We need to spread out. We've got soldiers coming in. We need something to go aggressively. I don't even remember bringing... Well, I do remember bringing the mountaineers in. That's a lie. The cavalry... We need to expand the cavalry up this coast really quick. So what we're going to do is we are going to leave those two. Because we're going to San Francisco. And I'm going to do it like... I can't remember if I left one there. What we have to do is quite quickly take all the ports. And these last two. I don't think there'll be anything there, but we're going to go up and meet them. And this will... The pink army that's moved in. Are they all there? No, we've got... Okay, we've got 16 divisions arriving. That's fine. The reason we're going to need those extra ports real urgently is because... The amount of troops I've got flooding into here, we're not going to be able to feed them at all. So, what we want to do is get these tanks in. And we want to try and push out towards where we've got some towns and rail lines. Because that's what we need to control. So, Phoenix. I mean, the modern tanks, they should be able to go. They shouldn't have any issues doing that. So, there's going to be a little bit of messing about. Whilst we acquire front lines and rail depots and stuff like that, and ports. If we can take all the ports up this west coast, then we should be absolutely fine and golden. There's nothing there. There's just nothing there. Let me go and take the rail link over there. And we'll take one over to Sacramento. And with San Francisco in our hands, which is quite sweet. I will probably order some sort of... Oh god, this looks bad. Okay, we got in back in at Phoenix, so that's good. I was really worried there. Okay, and you can add some support down into there. So we're good. We're good. I just need the divisions to get in there and fix that, actually. They got all 24 divisions on. Advanced dual-purpose medium battery. We are still researching the Navy. We still need to make sure we fix that. And we need to start working on mechanized stuff, because that would be super useful against the USSR. They will have some good stuff in there. I have no doubt. Absolutely no doubt. The armor is... I think the armor is now finished, and we're probably not going to research the heavy stuff at all. This would be sweet in there for a bit of extra support, but not desperate. And at this point, if we're going to start developing a big navy, and we should, we're going to have to start building, I think, some cruisers at least. Yeah, I don't think we're going to manage the battleships. I think they'll take too long to come into play. But there's always naval support stuff that we need to get going. So these are heavy batteries. Do we even need those? Can we put those on... Probably against smaller vessels such as light ships and light cruisers. I think they're the ones that go on battleships, aren't they? And the medium... Right, okay, so medium modules go on cruisers. And they would go on as capital ships, though. Okay, so it's the mediums we've got, so that's what we needed. We probably need to work up the rest of the stuff. Mines. I might need to do a little bit of mine work, you know. But what we'll do is we'll improve. Will be improved. What's industry looking at? Oil. Oil! Oh, crap, oil. Right. Let's set off in pursuit of that. And see where that's going to go. So basically, my force that was supposed to be coming over to America, that's coming over. That's on its way. They must surely be on their way. Some of these might be going into Mexico. Let's give those guys a medal. Order of the Sword. And they can have the division defense as well. And the blue army is coming in. We've got to follow this over. Where's it going? Wow, okay, so I have... That's not them. There's another army there, which looks like it's coming in the south. Wait, this is Stillwell, though. What's his order? That's his order. So who's these other lot? I have no idea. The blues we know. Hang on, let's follow it. Let's follow it, see where it goes. They're going in. They're from the assault group. Okay, that makes a bit of sense. Well, that's okay. They will push up and they'll form another front against Mexico. So while we get sorted out here, you want to head... We'll send the... There should be some more mountaineers somewhere, right? Where's the other ones at? Oh, I ended up with them on this place. Ah, okay. Right. What? When? Hang on. I have no recollection of doing that. But that's fine. What I can do is I can start pulling these guys off here, because if we are going to stab... Do we not even have a flipping port here? Can I get these away? How did they get there? I don't know, but the only way I think I can get them off is to build a flipping port, and I'm surprised they're not dead. So, in the Andaman Islands. That's... Is supply not an issue? Yeah, it is an issue, okay. Well, how they got there is anyone's guess. But anyway, they are there. So the United States, we're starting to put some pressure over here. Japan's getting involved. I don't really want it to, if I'm honest. It doesn't matter about this long line, because what we're going to do very soon is add a field marshal command onto this. Let's just make sure we've got some support going in there. What I really want is that. And we've got... So that the purple dude should be moving up now. These aren't. Hang on a sec. They're not doing it at all, are they? I've only got 8 divisions. I need the wrong button. There we go. 24 divisions? No. Hang on. Get the whole damn lot on there. This makes a lot of sense now. It's not adding these guys. Why is it not adding these guys on? 24 divisions. Move out, fellas. It doesn't matter. We've not lost anything as a result. This is fine. Let's go and finish that division off. And what we can do is we can get a nice cut off here. The other guy can support. The cavalry is once again leading the way. We do have tanks. So we've taken San Francisco. We've got a whole stream of ships coming over. We've got... Let's have a look. So let's just check where these guys are. So we've got 8 over here. Right, let's bring all these over to San Francisco. And you guys can station there and start defending that coast. Meanwhile, we do have an army in here. Nothing's landed in the south yet. And the Marines, not trained as they are, but that's fine because they don't really need to be for this job. We're going to launch an attack at the Panama Canal. Why would you be going that way? Hang on. No. Just no. Let's have a look at the naval zones here. Yeah, we've got... Is that the only way they can get at the Panama Canal? Does that seem a little bit crazy to you? Let me just click on this one. Let me block all traffic going through there. Now let me select the Marines. If that one's not possible, I don't understand why this isn't possible. That seems madness. Absolute madness. I'm going to say do it. I don't understand why, but there will be a reason. Maybe it's only accessible from that side. We've got Logistics Company 3. Carry on with that just to help with the supply situation for tanks and stuff. Yeah, well, we've seen it all now, folks. We've seen all sorts of crazy stuff in this playthrough since we started it. Let's go and squish that lot out. There are troops flooding in nicely. Let's head up the coast. We may as well take Portland. And Seattle. These are good coastal towns with lots of resources. We may as well grab the ports. The allied navies will be getting pushed out of these areas, so that's also good for us. If you're wondering why I'm not spending all my factories and dockyards, it's because resources. So we've got what we've got. And I don't think we need much more, do we? Artillery's a little bit low, but it's building up. Tons of support equipment, which is great. Trucks, I think the infantry equipment could probably slow down a bit if we wanted to. I thought that was the infantry equipment. I thought that doesn't look right. Yeah, well, let's drop that down to there. Although, I mean, they're chucking equipment out pretty fast, but there's no point wasting resources, is there? And we should be good for planes. We have a lot. We don't have a lot of air bases to put stuff in at the moment. There's a lot of stuff that's come up to support the armies, so that's okay. It's aircraft. We've got what we've got. But we should start building as much as we can in the way of air bases, I think. Where is it? That's on the build. That's fine. The real trick is just to knock the enemy ground forces out and then take their air bases from them. I mean, that's how we're really going to sort out aerial superiority, isn't it? There's one of those big tank divisions somewhere. We're going to go that way. There should be another one of these. I don't know where he is. He can have a medal. So has anything happened? These guys look like they're finally going in. The blue ones, did we have to trigger those? Dual purpose secondary batteries are on. The Navy is working up quite nicely. I'll get that, and then if we're going to do anything with cruisers, the cruisers should be quite happy. But anyway, Mexico's it's going to fall fairly quick. I feel fairly confident that we don't need that cavalryman down there. Let's railroad him up to the front somewhere. There is a... Oh, crap. No, hang on. Halt. He's not cavalry. He's just the same colour. Let's change that. We'll put these as green so I can see. Otherwise, I'll end up ordering them into a fight. I don't really know why my cavalry's brown. It's just always been that way, really. So, what I would like to do... This is good. Someone's attacking us in Portland. The Soviet Union sends military aid. Ah, nice. We have 3 civilian factories. We're going to have a lot of extra dockyards built. Oh, they're naval bases, aren't they? Right, so let me have a look at the situation. Because I'm thinking about the possible future attack on Japan, I should say. It's certainly not definite. And we don't need to worry about all this. I mean, if we just conquer this, then the rest, it's just the core territories we need to get. That's how we win wars. We just need to make sure we can get across. So what's going to be a good way of getting over there? And do we care much about infrastructure at this point? Well, we will if we go to war with the Soviet Union, that's for sure. Supply bases and the like. So whilst we've got this on, it is not terrible idea to improve things. Look at this. This isn't even connected up. In fact, the supplies coming in through... This is a janky old rail line. This is a very janky rail line. Are these even connected? Is that my main supply coming all the way from... Yep, it sure is. And look at this mess down here that there is. Well, we absolutely can't rely on one supply line going across there. So let's bring... We've got ports as well. This will keep everyone busy building for a while. Yeah, this isn't going to be so clever, is it, if we have to rely on this? Let's put a supply depot at the end of there. And we don't need a supply depot here. Oh, no, we don't need one there. We don't. We don't. Can we cancel that last one, please? Get rid of that. But we do need to join that railway up. This is only, I'm thinking of future potential fighting. So, come on, just join this all up. Let's make a big mess. Lots of rail everywhere. It's awful, isn't it, actually? This supply situation around here, this is just a sodding mess. Right, I don't think I'll hear anything about my civilian factories for the next 6 years. That should keep them busy. Don't worry, if we need anything, we'll just put it on priority for the areas that we do. So we didn't really gain anything from all that. Right, where are these... Where are these armies? They are coming in, aren't they? Good. We absolutely do need them in. And the blue ones... They are sailing. They've just had a long way to come. But looking at this, we've got... Okay, we can now set an attack order on these guys. This should be pretty good. So step 1 is to go something like this. And I'm just going to trigger it because there's nothing there. And we better bring some defenders in for that. Do we have any big defensive units that I've got? I've got some... I do have some big defensive units. Excellent. How many are we going to need to hold on to... There are 3 ports up here, so... At least there are on this coast. Let's bring them in. We will need more to hold those others. But that's fine. One thing at a time. It will work. This is where it's all going to start getting very, very messy. So excellent. We got all the way to Phoenix, which is great news. This, as you can see, is very lightly held. But I kind of want... Yeah, I've messed up a little bit down here with the number of armies. Having said that, I don't need to keep that in the American one. So, check. They're in. Right, they're in. And the greens are in. Right, excellent. So what I'll do is I'll just quickly drop these into... they'll go in this unit. That shouldn't affect their orders, does it? Oh, God, that might. I might have bollocks up there. We'll worry about that when it comes. So, 4 armies. Let's put a field marshal order on here. So if I just delete this, the Americans won't get in anywhere, but this is going to be 4 armies. There we go. All the different colours. Go for it. I don't think it's going to be too big a risk. I think stuff's going to move around. There's Japanese units in there. There's my units in there. And then we're going to form... We'll probably do a field marshal order to attack. Do we want to go all the way to bloody Canada? That's massive. We'll do something anyway. We'll sort this out. So stage 1 of this attack going through Mexico is working very nicely. I'm going to need some more troops to hold these ports. We're going to take some more. Where are these guys at? We've got 4. Brilliant in Los Angeles. Bring them down. Bring them down, because there's also going to be ports on this side to defend as well. Right, this is going to be interesting, because the first thing we need to do here is make sure that we successfully get some ports. Although getting supply over to here is going to be a bit of a ridiculous notion, isn't it? And then we leave one, and we move the rest on, and then we leave one, and we go there, and we leave one, and we end up there. Do we have anyone who will take this on? Surely we can get that right. Well, we've broken through and we've linked up, which is good news. Meanwhile, our forces over here, there's nothing in front of us, so this army is going to get the field marshal command that I wanted. Right, let's go. Let's form a strange looking thing like this. There is a plan to this, and let's just trigger it, because there's no reason to hold back on this now. And if we want to go charging through anywhere, we've got the tanks we can bring in, but it's time to get a bit more aggressive, without a doubt. Let's just wipe out those 9 divisions in there, or 2 divisions in there, whatever they were. I think that wants to be mine now. Excellent. So give me... yeah, we better railroad these guys in and make sure we are going to hold all the ports everywhere. And there's more to come as well. But we've got reinforcements coming, so that's good. Right, excellent. So this army that was making its way up here, let's go and finish off Mexico. There's no need to do that. There we go. That's better. And trigger. Yes, you get bonuses if you let them plan longer, but when there's not much in front of you, I don't think there's any real need to worry too much about that. We're just ruffle stomping the opponents now. Let's see. Are the Marines able to go? I'd love to just send the Marines in this way. I don't know why. People wiser than me will probably be able to see why, but anyway. We don't have naval supremacy on the Argentine coast. Well, that would make sense, because we have nothing in there. Or have we? We can add things into this now. But I mean, these are escort ships, so it's highly unlikely. Actually, that is a supply line, so we get Madagascar. It's gone our colour. No, it hasn't. Yes, it has. I don't know, actually. We'll maybe look at that. Let's make sure our attack subs are also convoy. They probably can't reach around there, I would suggest. Actually, we can go causing mayhem there. It's amazing how far we can reach. But let's have a look at these Marines again. There's something that I don't like about this. I'm not going to lie.